Tuesday, and welcome back. And let's jump right into our headlines tonight because we're hard pressed to try to squeeze it all in this evening. As was set, Euless Crace of Painesville did enter a plea of guilty yesterday. We'll have those court filings in just a few moments. Also, we'll talk about a golden alert, which we're happy to report to you has since been updated and canceled for a Magoffin County man. And Community Day coverage. It's always entertaining and also nice to see where all the money is going. And we'll hear from all those organizations briefly in just a few moments as they received tens of thousands of dollars last night in the check presentation from the Community Day Foundation and the Sayersville National Bank and Scotty B and, of course, everyone else. With that said, that will be our three top stories and only a few other things to mention thereafter at all. But first, just a quick word from a sponsor or two. For high-speed internet starting at 15 meg for all of your gaming, movie, home, and business solutions, or to watch TV, including your favorite local channels without a contract with hundreds of channels and digital and HD quality, and to stay connected 24/7 with friends and family, a direct line to 911, or to give your business the link it needs, choose telephone service you know is always there. Just click on their link on this site to find out how affordable the latest technology in communications can be. Foothills Communications. Late last night, the Kentucky State Police, specifically investigating officer Jimmy Stratton, issued a golden alert for a 79-year-old Magoffin County man who we are happy to report has since been located. For those of you who may have received the update or notice from the Kentucky State Police but may not have been made aware he has been located, we're glad to report that 79-year-old Harold F. Allen was the subject of a golden alert earlier. Mr. Allen was last seen wearing the description of blue jeans and a long-sleeve shirt. They described as well his burgundy 2006 Pontiac with possible dementia along with some other medical issues. He was last seen in Brown County, Ohio, but never returned to his residence back here in Sayersville, Magoffin County on Cow Creek after going to Ohio. We did learn in an update very early today, actually very early this morning, that the golden alert for Mr. Allen was canceled. He was found safe and in good condition and in good spirits in Carroll County, Virginia, we are told, and glad to confirm. In the last update that I brought you just last week as it pertained to the case against Euless Crace, the last defendant to appear before a judge or a jury in the case against former utilities manager Larry Harold, and Paintsville Mayor Bob Porter, who of course has since resigned, that taking effect next month, but who is also set to be sentenced after the first of the year. As for Euless Crace, his jury trial was to begin today in U.S. District Court in Pikeville. As I told you last week, he had since recanted and had moved to change his plea from not guilty to guilty, and court records indicate that he did so yesterday. First, a matter of correction. The jury trial, which was set to begin yesterday, was canceled in lieu of a request on behalf of Crace and his attorneys to change his plea, a rearrangement requested and granted yesterday, of course, instead of the jury trial. So, in lieu of the agreement that he has reached with federal authorities, the government has agreed to dismiss the indictment against him. They replaced it with a single count of paying a gratuity to a public official, charging basically that from 2011 through 2013, Crace paid Mayor Bob Porter for city construction contracts, getting those in favor, as well as getting the designation as the exclusive wrecker service for any city business. Part of the agreement between the government and Crace is that they will not bring any additional charges against Euless Crace or his son Chet Crace, who the government said also wrote checks as well to Porter's wife Bonnie Porter in exchange for those political favors. The amended count carries up to 2 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, and up to 2 years of supervised release. That's up to 2 years in prison. Crace, per the original count, was facing up to 10 years in jail. So he did enter the official plea of guilty yesterday in U.S. District Court to the amended charge. Sentencing has been set for January the 12th, 1 o'clock in Pikeville. He was released on bond on the same conditions that he was already free on bond prior to yesterday's hearing. He also, per the agreement, waived his right to appeal. Once again, sentencing set for January the 12th. We've already covered Community Day in and of itself as far as the actual event went, talking to a whole lot of folks who participated, just had fun during the day-long celebration and fundraising event. Tonight we'll hear from a representative from each of those nonprofit organizations who participated, who you helped support. along with, of course, the Community Today Board, the Sayersville National Bank, so many businesses and volunteers, the nonprofits who participated, obviously, the entertainers, and you, the crowd, and everyone who made it another success to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars, one of the biggest that they've had in their history. And last night, the checks were presented by Scotty B. and Donna Salyer of Sayersville National Bank. Before I hit the go button, when we spoke to Scotty during Community Day, he spoke of how this has come thus far, how they plan to keep it alive forever, and supporting and generating funds for these local agencies who want to be a part of it for as long as they see fit. It's one of the largest attractions to our area, by far the largest economical impact on Magoffin County. So in honor of all those who planned, participated, sponsored, showed up, spent money, here is where your money is going. And not every check going to one of those participating organizations, one to an honored organization. And before the check presentation for all the nonprofits, another was to be made, this time honoring, as they did during Community Day, our retired teachers.
I was not expecting this, but our retired teachers sponsor a grandparent essay every year where children in the 5th grade classrooms write an essay about a grandparent that helps to raise them or take care of them, or maybe their main caregiver. And then we compete with the region in Prestonsburg. The winner from there goes to Frankfurt, so they do get a lot of recognition. But we give a small donation to that. We also give a scholarship to a high school student each year. And then we also have money for disasters like the flood in Johnson County last year. We took school supplies over there to the school that was flooded and gave to those students. So we will use this wisely.
The Magoffin County Women's Club, they have raised and matched, comes to $2,855.89.
We thank the Community Foundation and the bank very much for all the work that they do and allowing us to participate in Community Day. We're a small group, but we try to work. We spend most of our money for students. We give a scholarship to the high school senior. We help with the senior trip. We work with a group up at Tip Top as they help at Christmas time to help 100 students bring Christmas gifts for them who might not get a Christmas present. And we also help with the nursing home and some other activities. This money will help us continue with that and maybe to expand it. Our Bacons will be in the 1st of November. If you need anything, let me know.
Okay, the Kiwanis Club, they're getting a check tonight for $2,382.77.
Kiwanis Club will definitely put this to good use. We give 3 scholarships every year to seniors, and we try to help the children in all the elementary schools because our number one priority is the young children, then the communities. And of course, children is where our heart is, and we try very much. And I'd like to say that Kiwanis Pancake Day is coming up November the 5th, and we certainly hope everybody will come out and support us for that. That'll be another money that we use for our scholarships, basically. And DAV eats free.
Christians Care Fund, they're getting a check tonight for $557.65.
The Christians Care Fund is just a small fund that is utilized throughout the year to help families who have small unmet needs. Tanya Ward is instrumental in accepting applications. We take applications from social workers, other agencies, people who can attest to the need for some of our families who have an unmet need. So this will certainly go toward that. Thank you all so much.
Magoffin County Rescue Squad, $4,091.44.
We've recently added a piece of equipment that we hope we never have to use, but we recently purchased a drone to use in search and rescue, and it's a Phantom 4. If y'all know what that means, it's a pretty good size one, and multi-functions about it. So that's just one of the aspects. Again, we're on track to do over 200 runs again this year. And so that meant 90% of those are accidents. You think people can't drive in McGoffin? Well, they can sometimes. You know, roadways, whatever. So we're there 365. So we hope to use this to keep the doors open and the lights on and keep the trucks rolling out.
Middle Fork Fire Department, $7,934.80.
One thing I can say is that as I'm looking over this audience right here, it renews my faith in humanity to see all of you that go out and volunteer your time, that you could be with your families and doing something else. That's a great plaudit that you can receive for doing that. We use the money for repairing a building and keep the lights on. These bills keep coming in. A lot of people in the community don't understand that. But we have great fire departments in McGoffin County, and I feel confident that if we have a catastrophe or something, we could save a lot of lives by working together. Next thing, I'd like to thank the ladies from the Sayreville Bank that worked so diligently during Community Day. They did a fantastic job. Scotty Patrick up here that gave back to his community where he came from, and I just hope and pray that that motivates other people to step up and do the same thing for the community.
North McGoffin Fire Department, $11,940.63.
We'd just like to thank everybody that come out and supported us that day. We'd like to thank all our members that come out and helped that day. A lot of effort went into it. We changed some stuff. We done really good, and we'd just like to thank everybody. We'd like to thank the bank and Donna and Scotty, especially the bank workers that works that day. They give their time too. And we just, we use this money to pay the bills, insurance payments, fund the fire department to run another year so we can give our service to the community. And also we do a little bit back to the community beyond our service. We do a Santa drive during the Christmas to give kids toys, and throughout the year we do other stuff like the parades and stuff and everything. So we try to get back to our community that gives to us. So we just like to thank everybody.
District 3 Fire Department, $6,781.99.
We want to thank everybody that has had anything to do with helping us in any way. The ones that comes to our fire department for our dinners and our dances and whatever we have really a good turnout, and we appreciate this community so much. And like everybody else has said, of course, without Scotty and Donna and the bank girls, and we wouldn't have Community Day, but we will use this money wisely. I think our bunch is going to have some new uniforms for too long, and I'm sure this will help. And again, I appreciate everybody that's ever done anything to help us in any way. And we will be there for many years, we hope.
Boy Scouts through 862, $1,994.
Without Community Day, these boys wouldn't be able to be out off the streets, get to go to camp on personal camp outs, help with anything that needs done, whether it's a flag ceremony or whatever they're asked to do, they're there to do it. And I'd just like to thank everybody that makes it possible.
The Mission Teams, $312.31. Them a big hand. They help us out a tremendous lot.
I just want to thank everybody that made this event possible. This is a really awesome community here, I just want to say. And, well, Mission Teams is an 8 to 10 residential treatment facility for those with alcohol or drug or emotional abuse that is willing to seek Jesus as the answer to their problems. So this goes to help out what we're trying to do is a mission building expansion, because we have so many people calling for applications and not all the room to house them. So to keep lights on, to keep the paper towels going, the food, and electricity, and whatever have you. So I just want to thank everybody for your donation, and thank you guys.
Thank you.
The Disabled American Veterans, $3,997.39.
Well, we'll use this money for veterans. We'll think about it when we get a hold of it. That's the only place it goes to. And if any of you guys are veterans and want to join the DAV, we'd be happy to have you. And I thank everybody made this possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
South McGoffin Fire Department, $9,339.11. Good job.
I like everybody else, I just want to thank the committee and everybody that's involved in the Community Day, but I most want to thank my crew back here. They're small, but they're loud.
And they also eat big too.
Yeah, we eat good. As you know, we come from the smallest community in the county, but we can play with the big dogs. So we bought a new truck this year, and this will pay it off. So
Congratulations.
we're tickled to death. Thanks a lot.
South McGoffin Activist, $5,258.69.
Yes, we are working and we are continuing the road to a community center down maybe 5 or 6 years from now, but we'll make it. We have had some progress this year. We have our site cleaned off and we're ready just about to put dirt on it and grass so that we can have activities on the outside up there. And another thing, we have renovated a building that used to be the nurse's station, and we are having a community meeting. Ms. Marlene from the Senior Citizens has worked with us for the past 5 weeks and will conclude tomorrow with a presentation of chronic diseases such as arthritis and diabetes, and we welcome her to come back with other things that will be beneficial to the community. We have had good attendance there. I think our largest was 19, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for the small community that we are, that is a good group size. We continue to have our meetings, and anybody in the area that would like to come and look at us, maybe donate a little money or a little work or whatever. And we'd like to thank everybody that has provided this for us. Those people who work from the bank, and Scotty and Donna. But most of all, we'd like to thank God because we think He is the one that's directing our steps. Thank you very much.
Sandersville Fire Department, $7,193.84. Good job, Paul.
We bought a new ladder truck about 1.5 years ago, and the Cyber National Bank took my signature and my Secretary and Treasurer's signature on it.
Don't be a tune,
So I don't know if it's any good, but I got $7,000 back against that ladder truck right now, but I'm willing to flip Scotty double nothing for this check to pay that truck off. But the only thing about it, I'm going to use a 280 coin. I got heads, he got tails. It's a head coin.
The Royalton Trail Town, $2,538.74.
We will be using this money to promote venture tourism through revitalization of the Royalton Trail Town community. We do this through having events and projects. We had 3 events this year. We already have another event scheduled for next year, and that's on May the 14th. 2017, and that will be the Honeysuckle and Half Marathon walk and a mile walk with Mom. We do this with the Scottish Shriners group from Paintsville, Kentucky, and it's to make money for the autism school at Highlands in Prestonsburg. We helps pay for speech therapy for those children that have autism where the families cannot pay for this. And then our next project is placement of a caboose at the James Shure Trailhead. And that caboose is being donated by R.J. Corman in honor of the First Lady Jane Shure. We will be using some of this money to put a handicap ramp on the outside and the entrance to the caboose, and also doing some work inside it. The R.J. Corman company has done a beautiful job restoring the outside. So that should be placed there within a month. This should help also in the appearance and promotion of the community up there. So we will use this money to boost our caboose.
McGoffin County Civil War Committee, $2,107.
On behalf of Randall Reisner, Chairman, and the Civil War Committee, I want to thank y'all and I want to thank the community. Now, for all of you that lives above Royalton on 7, you see the progress that we're making on the Civil War Park. It's, as most construction projects, it's kind of slow, but we're making progress. And this money will be going primarily for our park as well as the reenactment. Next year's reenactment will be the first Saturday in May, first weekend. But again, I want to thank everybody. And most committees and volunteer organizations, I think, really starts with one or two people's vision. And our committee is really held together with a vision that Randall Reisner has had for many years. And he has done more for this committee and our community than I think he's ever got the recognition for. But on behalf of the committee, on behalf of the county, I want to thank Randall Reisner for his efforts with our Civil War Park and the reenactments that we do every year.
Miss McGoffin Scholarship, $1,953.62.
Thank you all so much. I am Miss McGoffin, Cal Hill, and this is Miss Team McGoffin, Tyra Fletcher. We are happy to be here to accept this money, which will go towards scholarships for contestants of our pageant. Thank you.
McGoffin County Senior Citizens, $1,693.99.
This money will go in our budget to offset the fundraising that we have to do. The Senior Citizen Center is a focal point for services for our seniors. If we can't help them, we will put them in touch with somebody who can. I know I've made referrals to the Christian Care. We do all kinds of referrals. There was one thing that I wanted to mention. Our assessment form that we use to assess someone for Meals on Wheels, there's a question on there that says, socially isolated. You would be surprised how many of our seniors are socially isolated, and that puts them at risk to be put in a nursing home. So please remember your neighbors and check on them, give them a phone call, stop by and see them. Thank everyone, the bank, Scotty, Donna, the DAV. Without you, we wouldn't have this fine nation to live in.
And amen to that. With that, just a brief pause. I've still got some very important announcements to follow all of this coverage. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I got just a second to try to wrap things up. I'll be right back.